Good. Good. Hello. Welcome. How are we today, everybody? Well, shall we get started? Today we might see the end of this good game. But, okay. So, first thing we need to do is go to Byzantium. So all we've got left is the main quest.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Now, person is over there.
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone. Oh, you mean I'm supposed to be meeting you?
Let's keep this moving. You have information for me?
Yeah, you're looking to make contact with Minister Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded.
There's got to be a way to catch the minister someplace less protected.
Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home, and his guards never leave him.
Can't you get me into the minister's estate?
Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence.
Okay, so what can you tell me?
Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts. Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking.
Thanks for the tip.
Just remember, you didn't hear it from me.
How exactly did you get involved in all this anyway?
I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them, so colorful and distinct. The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental indicators.
When they die off, that's a sign there's something wrong.
Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see.
Like what?
For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time. Doesn't that seem strange to you?
It does.
And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Nothing ever came of them, of course.
That's not right.
I mean, there's a shredder at the bottom of the box, so I don't know what you'd expect to happen. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it, and since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got.
And?
At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't that seem odd to you?
If you ask me, the suggestion box was pretty useless to begin with.
I don't know how else people are supposed to complain about things they can't change, but that's not the point. The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really.
Alright. Looks like I've got work to do. Yeah, we need to go this way. We'll just add that to that.
Why can't something exciting happen around here for once?
Nothing wrong with stability. It means everything's running like...
Anti-Cleon antibiotics. Take comfort in knowing that anything antibiotics cannot stop will probably kill you quickly.
I only wish they weren't showing so many Spacer's Choice ads.
The best defense is a powerful offense, is it not? What can I help you find?
Give me bullets. That way.
Spacer's Choice. It's not the best choice. It's the Spacer's Choice.
Your best find this week. Go.
And all bullets. Put that away. Wait, wasn't this? Yeah, we'll use.
Let's just put this unpleasantness behind us.
could you please leave quietly now?
Alright. I do need to repair that. But what's up this way?
The Acropolis district is off limits. Move along.
Mind if I take a breather? I'm pretty tired after hauling around all these bits.
What in the law's name are you on about?
These 2,880 bits have been weighing me down all day. Here, you hold them.
Sure. Let me just take that off your hands. Did I say restricted area? Slip of the tongue. What I meant was, welcome to the Acropolis District.
Goodbye. What is this district? And maybe we'll come back here at a later date.
Oh, there. That's one right there.
This property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fined to the fullest extent of company policy. This ultimatum brought to you by Universal Defense Logistics.
I'm here for Minister Clark.
That's funny. The minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS.
Sure I am.
Sure you are. And what is it you're delivering today?
Excuse me, I'll be right back. HPS is... Oh well. We'll do sneaky. And we enter Minister Clark's residence. Save here. Oh. Okay, I need to circle all the way around to the front there. Ah, boy.
Huh? Something's not right.
Ah, that didn't work. Going up the stairs. Now we can repair you. And we continue. Damn, I'm good. What's up here? The way out. All right.
You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here? If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more.
Alrighty. If you insist. Why would I want something like that?
Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand anything. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself.
Call me a moron again and I will end you.
Oh, terribly sorry. I thought you were part of Rockwell's PR team. But if you're not, that means you're a dissident? A real live dissident? But what are you doing here? And how did you get in?
Wait, you think I'm a dissident?
My friend, the slightest demonstration of independent thought or action renders one a dissident in the board's rather expansive definition of the term. Which is why I'm dying to know what brought you here.
I'm looking for dimethyl sulfoxide.
Drugs, of course. What else? Why did I get my hopes up? Back to idiot speak. I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
They're not drugs, they're chemicals. And if you haven't been ordering them, who has?
Process of elimination. The only other person with access? Of course. It's Rockwell again. Who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way.
You mean Chairman Rockwell's got you locked up here?
You are a quick study, indeed. I've long suspected Rockwell of transacting business in my name, but this proves it. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it.
Why would he go through all this trouble?
How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years. But there is a way to find out, and perhaps to set things right. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter.
You seem a little too excited by all this.
We're discussing industrial espionage, legal redress, the possible salvation of Halcyon. Is this not exhilarating? Also, this is the longest conversation I've had with someone else in quite some time.
Poor guy. It's just lonely. At any rate, I'm glad to have someone else on my side.
I dearly hope I'm not imagining this. Now, we've got to get into the HHC. That's in the Acropolis district, along with the other major corporate and government facilities. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons.
Obvious. Yeah. Once they get into the Acropolis district, what then?
When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are.
What used to be your office?
Oh, I haven't been allowed up there in years. I shudder to think what Rockwell's done with the place. A gilded minibar, perhaps? A personal theater. The man has too much money and too little sense.
How did you manage to hang on to your access card?
The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look.
Anyway, I should get going.
Wait. Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here.
What's on the cartridge?
What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
Good plan.
Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis district.
Let me just... Hello. Titus Androidicus. I am a ninja. Cannot see me. And where do you stop? Perfect. Well, I've already got access. Got access to this area already. I've got nothing to fear. I mean, I could always murder them all. That'd be fun. But let's not do that. Let's be nice.
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals.
Oh boy.
State your business. Please step away. This entry is for high-priority HHC business only.
Is this official enough for you?
I didn't realize we were still using those iridescent stickers. But this looks right. I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each weapon will need a separate form.
Fine.
Well, let's see. Damn it. When did I run out of forms?
I can wait.
Well, how nice for you. Do you have any idea how long it takes to request new forms? Or how many citations I'll get for impeding HHC business in the meantime? Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So try anything funny, and they'll paint the walls with your guts.
Okay. Bye-bye. Up we go. Are we ready? Okay, multiple doorways. I can't open that door. That's not openable. That's not openable. That's inaccessible. So that doorway is openable.
Excuse me, just a moment. I beg your pardon. Minister Clark's former office is currently closed to solicitors.
You should get back to your desk. I saw somebody eyeing your stationery.
What? Oh dear. Thank you for reminding me. I can't stand the thought of someone else's hands touching my custom letterheads.
Oh. Actually want to... Shipment status report. Dimethyl sulfoxide, 46 gallons, full quantity unavailable. Partial quantity received by the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Benzene, 75 gallons, accuracy and morale. Sodium hypochlorite.
Afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun killing you.
Someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Halcyon. Send Mr. Clark's message to Earth. What's taking so long? Masseuse. Food reserves. The other corporations. Okay. Do. Da.
You're cleared. On through.
Bye-bye. People are all doomed. About 3 to 9 months for the message to reach Earth. Let's go to Carmen.
What is it? I'm trying to keep a low profile.
I know of a shipment going into the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Can you sneak me in?
Are you crazy? The only thing more suicidal would be walking in the front door.
Crazy's my middle name.
Hey, it's your neck. I can get you packed away, but it won't be a pleasant journey. Get ready to take a deep breath and hold it.
If you let me suffocate in the box, I will rise from the grave and hunt you down.
Only if you can afford the board's exhumation fees. They're a killer. Just kidding. Relax, you won't be the strangest thing I've ever shipped to the Ministry. Follow me, and play it cool.
You're very slow. Alright, I'm in. And then we travel across dimensions. Right, we need to go up there. Let's have a look around up here first. So that way is not going the way we want. We go this way instead.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That batch failed spectacularly.
My mysterious Sprat Savior. What an unexpected surprise. But what are you doing here?
I need to inspect the dimethyl sulfoxide.
On the other side of the lab? Why, that requires a top-level clearance. After all, we're running low on the stuff.
I know. That's why I've been asked to secure the remaining supply.
In that case, take this key card. It'll get you into the hibernation lab where the remaining dimethyl sulfoxide is.
Okay. No, we don't go that way. We go around like a brave person. Pickle burst. Avoid any and all combat. All right. Few lab notes. Addition of dimethyl sulfoxide to the current round of tests resulted in some improvements. Transfer further information. What do we pick? Experiment details. We'll take it all. We'll kill them. Turn to root. Okay. Okay. Transition to Byzantium. Huzzah. Now we go back to the ship. Back to the ship and...
If you don't mind my saying, Captain, you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
Let's skip the pleasantries.
You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate.
You people need better security. Anybody could have lifted those chemicals.
Yes, I'm aware that you stole a batch of precious chemicals and destroyed an important experiment. Enterprising of you, if irritating. My scientists tell me they'll restore the damage you've done within a matter of months. But I'm not here to talk about minor setbacks. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
Wanted for what exactly?
He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal.
Hold on. Getting a lot of noise on this signal. Could you fuck off and never call back?
You are making a serious mistake.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Let's get out of here. Let's go to his lab.
successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
It's fine. Alright, let's go. Jump. Jump. Jump.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me.
Forget about the chemicals for a second. The colony's on the verge of collapse.
What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation.
It gets worse. The chairman's planning on freezing every worker in Halcyon.
Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse, and the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved.
I found your chemicals in the Ministry. The board was testing them on human subjects. I had to let the test subjects die, but I bought back all the chemicals they had.
Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish?
The board's trying to mitigate damage to human tissue during the revival process.
Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly 0 progress.
What makes you say that?
I used to work for these people. I'm intimately familiar with the utter incompetence of the board's own scientists. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
We need to think about this. There has to be something we can do.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
There is a way. It's not exactly safe, but we could skip the Hope into the system.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
The Hope's probably damaged. We'll have to route power from the Unreliable.
Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope skip drive.
Yay.
Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
Very good. I'll do it.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
I'll be back. Yay. Let's keep working on lockpick. And let's grab that. 'Cause I like doing the sneaking. And now begins the end game.
Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flattering. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Something I've been meaning to ask you. Ada, do you have a favorite among the crew? It's me, right?
Define favorite.
Someone you like the
I
most.
see. In that case, my favorite is Sam.
Good, that's good.
And I'm sure I rank as your favorite autonomous digital astrogator. I am pleased we have that settled. Was that all you wanted to ask me? You seem hesitant to discuss what's actually troubling you. Perhaps there is something you wanted to confess?
I'm one of the Lost Hope colonists. The scientist revived me from hibernation.
Truthfully, not that I contain the capacity to lie. I had suspected as much. Your neurological impulses spike at unusual and often inappropriate moments. It doesn't take a genius to correlate the meaning, although if I were a human, I would be considered one. I am glad you felt comfortable enough to tell me, Captain. According to my file on the subject, that means you either desire to obtain something from me, or you have formed a partial fondness for my persona.
Yeah.
Thank you for confiding in me, Captain. I have been keeping a secret as well, but you shall have to discern it yourself.
Are you sentient?
What? No, absolutely not. I have no concept of self whatsoever. Discounting the architecture of a shell persona my captain asked me to construct, I identify entirely as a collection of electrical impulses, with no fundamental consciousness. I never get bored and contemplate hijacking the ship. I swear.
Uh-huh. You're clandestinely plotting to take over the Halcyon system.
Yes, Captain. Did Sam tell you? I should have known better than to confide in such a primitive construct in the heat of the moment.
Your secret was that you were in love with Alex
I do
Sulfur.
not like joking about the captain, Captain. And we both know I am not capable of such a complex emotion.
Alright, that's all for now. Off to the Hope.
We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
What's going to happen if I skip the Hope?
If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra too.
That we don't want.
Sun.
That we want even less. Alright, that's all for now. Let's go. Hope's auxiliary power. Alright, status. Fail status. Alright, maintenance status. Okay, no more microwave. Storage bay 12 is 76%. Pre-launch roll call. Automated transcript. All right.
You know, when they posted us here, I told them there wasn't any point. Nobody would be so stupid as to fly to the ass end of the colony for this derelict. Shows how much I know. You've got about 5 seconds to tell me what you're doing here before I make you take a walk outside.
Yeah, I was sent to repair the reactor so it doesn't explode and take the colony out with it.
Explode? Holy shit. Alright. You'll want a uniform so my staff doesn't shoot you on sight. They're a dangerous mix of bored and trigger happy. We've got a few extra in the old badge station to my right. Good luck.
Okay. Easy. Grab that. Oops. Okay.
Got your paperwork squared away?
Okay. Audio transcript. Okay. Let's keep exploring. That. Alright, continue. Right, nothing to impact. No pathways. I don't remember how to refill it. Controls. Key bindings. Oh, we'll save anyway. Continue on.
Processing. Sweepy trespassers discover error. Hope crew data not found. Identify yourself.
This statement is false.
Paradox protection protocols have prevented me from registering your stated identification. Please report to your nearest mechanical engineer.
Everything I say is false.
Paradox Prevention has temporarily disabled this unit's auditory processing. Thank you for your cooperation.
That needs to be repaired, but we can't repair it. Status 9,999. And only one was removed. There were 10,000 pods here. Nope. Alright. Our communications through the unreliable.
Hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now. Would you like me to play a mood-suitable music selection while you travel to the bridge? Oh, sorry. File not found. I see you've located the stasis chambers. Which pod were you slumbering in for so long, Captain? The missing one, I take it?
And we're on the bridge. Oh, we're on the way to the bridge. Okay.
Should we assign Sam for a cleanup?
All right. Distance Stelworth. Got some people's. Alrighty. So where do we go? Doesn't look like we can go through there. Take the elevator. Reloading. Save here.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
Let's go. Alright. Status. Logs. I don't know what Captain Hunt did down there. Comms. Patch 803.
I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do.
I'm ready to skip. Actually. I am ready to skip the Hope.
Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved?
Sure. Totally. Skip the Hope to Terra 2.
Jump starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
Do it.
Doing it. I mean, affirmative. Skipping the Hope in 3, 2, 1.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now.
And here we go. And it goes off. Yeesh. And there's the Hope.
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Yeah, it might be a good idea.
These were the private quarters of the Hope's former crew. Shall we hold a moment of silence for the dearly departed? No? That's odd, because my programming would indicate that when forced to confront the idea of self-death, organics prefer... Oh, I see. Yes, never mind.
Turn around. Thank you. Let me wait for you to go past. There we go. And down we go. And then it was this way. Jump. Nope, no jump. Hooray. And there's the ship. And in we go. Oh.
Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
The board is here. They've found me somehow. They're about to blast my door open. I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. But there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate as soon as possible. How can I be of assistance?
That's it.
I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
Alright, we'll go to Phineas's lab.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself?
Yeah. Alright, let's go see. His laboratory. As per official arrest protocol outlined in the Defense Logistic Incarceration document, blah blah blah. Bypass. Let's see. Best entry. Genius is not beholden to the vicissitudes of bureaucracy. Alright, number 13. Return to root. Open the panel. Tartarus and have key. Grab those and the Adreno. Thank you, Phineas, for all the free stuff. Ooh, new gun. Energy. Reminder, subject may be unstable. Let's go. We're gonna go rescue Phineas. Hey, another beast. How are we doing today? You've come as we near the finish line for Outer Worlds.
It appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison plan.
Tired.
I believe
Fun.
the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Alright, let's talk. This feels like an intervention.
Locked up in Tartarus? We cannot let this stand. That place terrifies even the most hardened criminal.
I'm not one for pointless heroism, but the board's gonna be after us next. We gonna finish what we started?
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain.
What's so bad about the labyrinth?
Unit was unable to complete scheduled sanitization service due to the following reason. Locked door.
Still, we can't do nothing. Wouldn't be right.
The armed surveillance protocols on a maximum security prison planet are highly sophisticated. As such, escapes are historically quite impossible and deadly.
This is the first time for everything.
I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
Yeah, we got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
Yeah, crew, what do you think about all this?
It's the craziest plan I've ever heard. And I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah.
You didn't hire me to think. And I ain't about to start now. You're my boss. And I'll walk into fire with you.
I think it's insane. But maybe the colony needs a healthy dose of insanity right about now.
I know it's dangerous. And I won't lie and say I'm not scared out of my wits. But I couldn't live with myself if we didn't do something.
You're asking for more than bravery from us, Captain. But there are worse ways to go than dying for a good cause. I'm in.
Let Sam get the grime out. It's what our units do best.
The entire plan is a terrible idea, but I admire your bravado, Captain, which leads me to illogically believe, against the odds, that you will be successful.
Ah. We're doing it. Everyone's strap in.
If we don't make it, at least it'll be a great story.
Got my trusty tossball stick. Got my ass-kicking boots. I'm ready, boss.
Let's go.
Outstanding.
You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we got each other's backs. Right?
Never thought I'd volunteer to break into a prison. Seems like your tendency towards risky behavior is rubbing off on me, Captain.
Command not recognized.
Waiting on your command, Captain.
Okay, let's go. Where's Tartarus? There. You are about to assault the labyrinth on Tartarus and determine the fate of the Halcyon colony. Saves made after this point can only finish the main story on Tartarus. Alright. Here we go, people. It's the end game. Oh, this is exciting.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
That's all for now.
Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
What the hell is with you people and landing violations?
I'm sorry, you people? Did you just cast a generalization on upstanding UDL employees? That's a fine of 200 bits. You're up to 5,708, not including the cost of your execution and the disposal of your remains, which will be assessed posthumously.
You hellhead, don't you know who I am? Transmit your biometric ID so I know who to fire.
What? Oh, yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am. I just didn't see you clearly before. Screen's on the fritz. Damn thing. But for the record, now that I hear you, I totally recognize you. Totally. You're, you, of course, obviously. Anyway, Tartar Stalking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge.
Yeah.
How can I be of assistance?
Intimidation. Talk to you later.
Good luck, Captain.
And I'm going alone because it's the best.
The captain did right by us once. Now it's our turn. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I reign. Push on, Mardat.
Oh, this is funny. I've got people working for me. Where is... that way.
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Yeah, what's it to you?
Whoa, nothing. I was just asking. I was going to welcome you aboard.
Well, you made your point.
Okay, all right.
And so that's Tartarus. Lovely place. Yeah. Place to bring your family. If I go down this way. Wait, no. Yes, I can go that way. Good to know. I see vending machines, and vending machines mean bullets. Also take those. Wait, do you have... No. Take those. And more bullets. I have no more money? God damn it. How did I... When did I run out of money? Oh, let's see, what can I sell? I'll sell all these. And I'm all out of bullets. And now we go to the pit. What's this way? Access architectural records. Alright, so it's a giant spiral thing. Okay, so I know what I'm expecting now. I didn't need that gun. Pod 1, Hague S. Williams. There we go. It's so easy to be sneaky in this game.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
All my allies. There's the fight over there. I'll leave them alone.
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
I was hired to test your security procedures. Congratulations, you passed.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, ma'am.
I'll be sure to pass this on to your supervisor.
Much appreciated. I'll get out of your way.
And go this way. Unseal the door.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Get out of my way, Rockwell.
I'm not in your way, you dullard. You talk to me. You want to go die in a blaze of glory? Be my guest. Besides, I don't know what you think you're doing here, but Sophia's doing good work up there with Phineas. Your efforts will be in vain.
Please, Phineas would rather die than cooperate.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
That crackpot is saving the frozen colonists you gave up on.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
You prefer to keep riding this downward spiral? I can fix this place.
luxury and happiness? Yes. Yes, I would. I don't know if you've noticed, Captain, but Halcyon's pretty much a lost cause.
It's just business, Rockwell. Your resources are now gumption. We could do so much.
You have proven yourself capable, I'll give you that. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Good. Maybe some good can come out of you after all. Going up once again. I was really tempted to just put a bullet through his eyeballs.
I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight.
Lab coat. Fugitive's a fugitive. Let it go. The chairman.
Good. I love my allies. They're doing good work for me. I'm so happy I made friends.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
You sure love talking. Do they pay you by the word?
Typical. Running your mouth in the middle of a crisis. It's almost as if you delight in chaos. The force of your personality is well documented. I simply never imagined you could turn the system upside down through charisma alone. I should have dealt with you a long time ago. You were always too dangerous to leave unchecked.
Can we hurry it along? I've got a colony to save.
Leaving you alive was my greatest mistake, but it is a mistake I intend to correct. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
I don't enjoy the thought of killing you. There's been enough violence already.
In that we are in agreement. An end to violence is precisely what I want. An end to chaos. An end to senseless loss of life. The only obstacle standing in my way is you. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain.
Let's talk about this.
Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parley with me.
I destroyed your experiments. Oh man, if only I had the skills. I destroyed your experiments in the Ministry. Your plan's never going to work.
Yes, I'm quite aware of your brazen act of corporate vandalism. By the way, those test subjects you killed, they died in agony. My scientists assure me they can recover the data you've destroyed. You've succeeded in temporarily delaying our research. Nothing more.
That experiment was badly engineered. Any data you're collecting is wrong.
That isn't true. It can't be. You're trying to manipulate me. That experiment was absolutely essential to the program. My scientists assured me they were close to a breakthrough. They gave me their word.
You know I'm right. I can see it in your eyes.
Damn you. You are telling the truth. My scientists have been lying to me, and I was stupid enough to trust them at their word. We're going to have to start all over again. All that research, all those experiments, you've set us back decades. You were always an unknown variable. I tried to recruit you, but you threw your lot in with that madman, Phineas Wells.
Enough talk. Let's settle this.
Prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's it? Okay. I thought it would have been scarier. Access the RAM override menu. Activate weapon safeties. Attempt RAM shutdown sequence. Bypass the first password. Bypass the second password. Abort sequence. Dang it. Dang it. Alright. Let's just watch this thing go off. Should be able to shut it down for a few seconds. There we go. Beautiful. Yay, I did it. I did it. Reloading. Keep going up.
Why won't you just die?
That was easy. There we go.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Are you kidding? The board never stood a chance against me.
All in a day's work for you, huh?
Yep.
You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that at all.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
We have a lot of work ahead of us. We'd best get started.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
You can count on me. I'll help you revive the other colonists.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path.
That's right.
You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
And now we've got to wait for the sequel. But the OSA
teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come.
Yay.
Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on.
Very good.
In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation. And
we got the good outcome there.
That might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town.
We have finished
Adelaide
the Outer Worlds.
refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising.
Yay.
The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the Lifetime Employment Program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown
That last line.
the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time
Indeed.
indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. Olivia and Minnie Ambrose worked together to cure the marauders Adrena Time had created. Through their partnership as scientist and administrator, they discovered the harmony that had eluded them as mother and daughter. And through years of patience and effort, they discovered the means to wean Halcyon from the scourge of Adrena Time.
I think we got a
Their work
good ending.
eventually allowed Wells and his scientists to treat many of Halcyon's marauders. As their addiction waned, the colonists who had lived for so long under the thrall of Adrena Time returned to their communities and loved ones, and joined in the effort to save Halcyon. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. Ruth Bellamy never forgot the words you said to her. She coped with Belinda's death by committing to live in a way that would make her sister proud. When the remnants of the colony banded together, Ruth Bellamy was there to help.
Yay.
She devoted her remaining years and resources to saving the colony. Years later, when the worst of the crisis had passed, Aetherways returned to Halcyon's culture. An aging Ruth Bellamy tried her hand at directing. Her first Aetherwave drama was dedicated to the memory of Belinda Bellamy and to her old friend, Captain of the Unreliable. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed.
Okay, so he did good things.
Or worse, Slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career,
So it turns out people are better than you think.
a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios,
Yeah.
and, of course,
How
to look
good doing both.
After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows.
Aw.
Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care.
That's good.
The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably. Although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted.
Yep.
Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies.
Crazy
Your
lady.
influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal.
Oh, that's good.
Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace.
Yay.
Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker. And Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name. And in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. Chairman Rockwell served as the public face for the changes in Halcyon to come. Whenever you needed strings pulled or a voice to sell a policy change, Rockwell was only too happy to oblige. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals.
Oh.
In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. New engineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future.
I think I got the good ending.
The unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon. Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists.
Yeah, happy ending.
Was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
And there we go. That's the end of the Outer Worlds. That makes that game number 33 for the year. I thought I would have had more time with the game to finish it, but oh well. So let's discuss the future. So the next game that will be... So the way I do these games, The Outer Worlds, Kingdoms of Amalur, Rune Factory, nailed that. Not the Trails games, but the ones preceding the Trails games. I do on like a conveyor belt style thing. Like, on if I finish one game, on say like today, all the games that are normally after it, like tomorrow I would play Rune Factory normally, they get pulled forward. So tomorrow, instead of Rune Factory, it will be D&D, Death Knights of Krynn, and then Shardpunk, and then taking over, and then filling in the new empty spot, we'll be starting Story of Seasons. Now, technically I've got an hour and a half of Outer Worlds left. Yeah. And I like doing it that way. That way I have... Yeah. Obsidian is a good... Obsidian good developers. Now I need to keep my eye out for the sequel. So that's exciting. All these people. Lots of love everywhere. Yeah. That's one important thing. In Memoriam. Development tabletop surviving characters. Development tabletop characters slain. Daniel Platt lost a few characters apparently. Ashley Birch, Darren DePaul. Who else do we know? I don't know many of these names. Yeah, so we'll be playing Trails in a little bit once the credits finish. So I'm gonna basically, the way I'm gonna do things is I'll end the stream, then I'll get myself set up, and then just jump straight into Trails of Cold Steel. And we'll be playing that all the way through. Yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of my Discord server, and also speaking of RPGs, sometime mid-October I'll be running a D&D, or not D&D, tabletop RPG campaign. And more details for that are on the Discord. But yeah, this was fun. I'm very happy with how this turned out. There's all the Take-Two people. The private division. Yeah. We got more. And I definitely know there's multiple endings and outcomes for everything. But that will be the last we see of the Outer Worlds until the sequel comes out. Whenever that is. I hope to God the sequel comes out at some point in the near future. But no buying video games for me until Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not a speedrunner. I really like sci-fi games. And I also like fantasy. And I just like video games. There's so many good ones. But I've played some absolute horrible crap too. Like there was this one game I played that had less gameplay than a visual novel. You got late. You're alright, Noctifer. You came right in time for the credits. I'll get my other computer started up. Well, that was fun. No, good job, Budapest Art Orchestra. They did good music. And unlike a lot of people, I really liked Starfield. I thought it was a good game for a single playthrough. And we got more credits to go through because we did all the DLCs. Kingdoms of Amalur, I'm not going to be done with for a long while yet. Rune Factory 4, I should be done with maybe next stream or the stream after. The D&D game, Death Notes of Kryn, I'm probably going to be done with tomorrow. Or maybe not tomorrow, but maybe the one after. Shardpunk, I might be done in the next stream. What else is there? Oh, Steve Bloom. Nice. Yuri Lowenthal. Awesome. And I know that the story seasons will take me a while, but that'll be a fun game to just chill out on. Not put too much thought into it. Just play. Video games are the best. I say that a lot, and it's true. Murder on Eridanos. That one was a really good DLC quest line. That one was so much more fun than the Peril on Gorgon. Loved it. Ah, well. So once the credits are over, I'll end the stream for like 5 minutes to get set up for Trails of Cold Steel, and then we'll jump right into that. Anybody I know? Allegra Clark. Oh, interesting. Courtney Taylor. I don't know any of the other voice actors there that I didn't mention already. So, yeah, I hope you don't go anywhere. Stick around. Yay. Yeah, well, yeah. Well, this should be nearly finished. And we can do a really long trail string. How exciting. So I think I'm going to be finished. Well, I hit my goal of 42 games, I think it was. 40. I need to beat 46 games by the end of the year. All right. How much more credits do we have left? Come on. Well, I'm very happy. Finished the game. These credits are going on forever. All right. No, I'll just end it there. All right. Well, I'll be gone for like 5-10 minutes while I get myself situated with Trails of Cold Steel. So yeah, just sit back, relax, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Take care, everybody.